to talk about a
Music
couple
volume
interesting
muted.
engines and a couple interesting cars that you didn't know about. First off, the Ford Taurus SHO, super high output, was made by accident because Ford was supposed to make a mid-engine supercar called the GN34 platform. It had a Yamaha 3.0 liter V6, and they canceled and scrapped the plan because they wanted to make more Explorers, and so they dropped it in the family car and called it a performance sedan, and it was a king of the street back in the day. In 89 to 93, they were only offered with a manual. In 93 and up, they were offered with an automatic. In 96 and 99, they made a V8 3.4 liter, 8-cylinder, 32 valve. And in 2010, they made a V6 twin turbo supercharged that created 365 horsepower, and they made that all the way up to 2018, the last year of the SHOs. Now, here's another cool car. Have you heard of the Ford SVT Contour? It was another awesome car. Only came in a 5-speed manual, 24 valve V6, very quick little car. And here's another one. Did you hear about the Escort Cosworth? They only made it in 1 year, 93, and only so many of them were made. I highly recommend it to you all. It's another awesome car to get. Now, do you know the Ford Duratec 30 is also a 3.0 liter, but the Duratec 30 is different than the Vulcan 3.0. They're both 3.0s. The Vulcan is a non-interference overhead valve. The Duratec 30 is a dual overhead cam
System
24 valve.
status.
But
Storage
the
space
Duratec
running
30
out.
has
Some
nothing to
system
do with the
functions may
SHO
not
that
work.
Ford used. The Vulcan Ford used for the SHO and had Yamaha make a custom head and turn it into a 24 valve. Now, the Duratec 30 was created at Ford and Porsche in 1996 and ended production in 2008. Now, the Vulcan started production in 1986 and ended production in 2007. Now, here's another. Did you know the Ford Probe was supposed to take over the Mustang? Yes, you might not have known that, but the Ford Probe was supposed to take over the Mustang. But all the Mustang fans didn't want a 4-cylinder Mustang. Nowadays, we got 4-cylinder Mustangs. Don't know why. The Probe was an awesome car, a car forgotten about that many people unfortunately forgot about. Now, here's a dangerous car, but is a good car in a way, but not a good car. In 1970, Lee Iacocca released a Ford Pinto. It was only supposed to cost $2,000 and not weigh more than 2,000 pounds. But there was a slight flaw, and Ford Motor Company didn't know how to bring it to Lee Iacocca, so they decided to keep it hidden and not tell him. It was a fatal flaw. It was the rear fuel tank was relocated behind the rear axle, so a collision 20 miles an hour or harder would rupture the fuel tank and spray gas all inside the cabin compartment and outside. Fire. There have been many deaths from that car. It's a very dangerous car to be rear-ended in. But the Pinto, don't get me wrong, is a great collector's car. There are ways to fix it so it don't blow up.